Tax implications after 1/4/2023, because a landmark judgment of Mindra Mindra came for the Supreme Court. After that, a lot of things are there. How to mitigate these tax implications? IRP, RP liquidated duties with reference to TDS, GST compliances. Defreezing of bank account from income tax, GST, and other statutory authorities. My first question will be, are we required to prepare financial statements during IBC process? In this regard, we need to look deep into like this. IRP. IRP's duties has been given under Section 18 of the IBC 2016. Nowhere it prescribes preparation of financial statements and receipt and payment account. RP duties. These are prescribed under Section 25 of the IBC 2016. Nowhere it prescribes preparation of financial statements and RP account. Liquidator. We have only three the stakeholders in it. Liquidator. Section 35 of the IBC 2016. Nowhere prescribes the preparation of financial statements and receipt and payment account. IRP, RP. But there is a CIRP regulation 36B, which says that the latest annual financial statements be prepared. Regulation 36C of the CIRP regulation says audited of last 2 years and provisional of less than 14 days should be enclosed with the information memorandum. Are we required to prepare financial statements? IRP, RP liquidator. There's one circular dated number 2, 2018. It says that everybody has to comply with the provisions of the applicable laws. Any loss due to non-compliances, it will be borne by the IRP, RP, or liquidator. Meaning thereby that if we don't prepare these statements and somehow any authority held that it need to be prepared, then all the losses has to be borne by concerned person. Companies Act 2013. It deals with preparation of audit and accounts. Chapter 9 and 10. Chapter 9 deals with the accounts. Chapter 10 deals with audit. Here, one particular section is very relevant. Section 130, Section 131, not to reopen or recast its financial statement without NCLT approval. Basically, this section says that in the case of IBC, we have a market value of all the assets. We are aware of it. How much haircut will be coming out to be there? Basically, we prepare our accounts on historical convention basis, and if because of historical convention basis, नहीं कुछ नहीं होता ये F6 दबाना होता है नहीं कुछ नहीं है एक मिनट नहीं कोई बात नहीं देखो आओ ना सर F6 भाई F6 में दबाना स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं था सॉरी दबाना होता है हाँ स्क्रीन शेयर में दबाना होता है सही कर रहे हो yeah. Are we required to prepare financial statements? IRP, RP, liquidator, circular number so and so says, comply with provisions of the applicable laws. Any loss due to non-compliance IRP, RP, and liquidator shall be responsible. Companies Act 2013 says that as per Chapter 9 and 10, accounts and audit required to be prepared. And it says Section 130, Section 131, Section 131 says that you have to prepare accounts on historical cost basis, and you can't recast it without without NCLT proof. Section 133 prescribes accounting standards which need to be followed. नहीं चल रहा भाई. What are those accounting standards? These are, basically GAAP and India's Liquidator. In the case of Liquidator, there is a regulation 45 sub-regulation 3 and Form H is prescribed under these regulations. Hereby, they have given the format of column 4B, prescribes format of amount realized during liquidation process, the seats. Column 4C prescribes format of amount distributed to stakeholders as per section 52 or 53 of the code or as under. During CIRP, let's reach the conclusion that during CIRP, as per the discussion held earlier, 3-4 slides, it is mandatory for preparation of financial statements. Regulation 36B of CIRP regulation says like that the latest annual financial statement, 36C of CIRP regulation says that audited of the last 2 years and provisional of not later than 14 days need to be prepared as compliances of circular number 2018. Compliances of circular number 2018, the answer for it is yes or no, because it simply says compliances of all laws and regulation, doesn't say anything specific. Hence, we can't bend upon it. Next is regulation during liquidation, regulation 45 regulation 3. Seats and payment account only. This is quite clear as per regulation. We don't need to prepare any what we call it, any financial statements, but we need to prepare only seats and payment account. In IBC, we have a misconception that Section 238 exceeds everything. What this Section 238 says, Section 238 says, the provisions of this code shall have effect notwithstanding anything inconsistent herewith contained in any other law for the time being in force or any instrument having effect by virtue of such law. Meaning thereby that 238 exceeds either Companies Act or Income Tax Act only when there is an inconsistency. There's no inconsistency, hence we need to comply with Companies Act. If Companies Act 2013 as per Chapter 9 and 10 says preparation of accounts and audit, is this in conflict with IBC 2016? Answer is no. Then prepare financial statements during CIRP and seat and payment account. Seat and payment account during liquidation. The reason that we have to prepare this seat and payment account during liquidation is that because when the companies goes into liquidation, at that time, going concern concept is weaned off. But, as far as jurisprudence on this is concerned, or any clarification from the board is concerned, nothing is there. As a matter of prudent policy, we should prepare balance sheet during CIRP, seat and payment during liquidation, until unless it is ordered otherwise by the adjudicating authority. What should be the format of seat and payment account? Section 129 subsection 1 of the Companies Act mandate that the financial statement shall give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the company and comply with the accounting status notified under section 133. Schedule 3, along with various circulars and notification to the Companies Act, provides a detailed format of preparation of balance sheets, statement of profit and loss account, notes accounts, cash flow statement, wherever it is applicable. Two system of preparation of financial statement as per section 133, GAAP Division 1, Schedule 3, applicable to companies that don't fall under India's mandate. Its format is very simpler. Historical cost basis is used here. India's का format है that is in Division 2 and Division 3. Applicable to companies complying with India's presents financials in more detail and fair value based. The difference between GAAP and India's is that GAAP is based on historical and India's is based on fair value based. Compliant with India's AS1 for presentation of financial statements. Concept of true and true. Since RP take over the management, he is responsible for the preparation of all these financial statements. Under section 134, subsection 5 of the Companies Act, he need to prepare, he is responsible to prepare in a true and fair manner. Historical versus fair value, GAAP, historical, India's fair value, and we generally see that stock is overpriced and it is valued also accordingly. Do we need to report this thing or not there? We'll look into it later on. Section 130, subsection 1 of the Companies Act does not allow recosting of financial statement until unless tribunal directs. India's applicability, standalone or consolidated from financial year so and so. If net worth is more than 500 crores, listed or in the process of listing, or you can also adopt voluntary adoption also for India's preparation. Seat and payment account, IBC 2016 format under Form H, column 4, B and C, added white notification number so and so, so and so. Surprisingly, my first this thing is that seats. This is a format given by the regulator under 40B regulation that this should be, this is the way you should prepare your seat account, and this is the format given for preparation of payment account. But surprisingly, in above case, the amount is to be given in rupees, but in the case of payment, the amount has to be given in lakhs. I don't know why this, it is a mistake on the part of regulation or they have done it intentionally. If no records are available, then what to do? It happens in CRP cases that you don't have any records for the preparation of balance sheet. Management does not give you and they don't cooperate to you. In that case, what duties are casted on IRP, RP? Try to reconstruct books from available sources, visit sites, valuation reports, take help from CA accountant, bank statement, GST returns, TDS income tax filing, past ROC filing, balance confirmation, information from so and so. Even then, you can file an application under section 19, subsection 2 in case of non-cooperation from the person who is the custodian of record. They are generally directors or maybe the CA also. These are all steps you can take for this thing. If you don't get any record there. Many times it has seen practically that editors also don't provide record and NOC because they simply say that let our past fees be paid. Only then we shall give you the records and issue the NOC also. In this regard, since I'm also chartered accountant editor of many companies, what jurisprudence is there that I can share with you? Romesh Sani versus MLP Developers and Promoters Private Limited. In this case, during CRP, the registered professional sought documents from the statutory editor. NCLT action. The Chandigarh bench directed the statutory editor to comply with and furnish document within 2 weeks per section 128, subsection 5 of the Companies Act and ICA Auditing Center. Eon Electrical Limited, Ritu Rastogi, RP versus Sundar K. Bansal and Company. Facts. RP sought audit reports and related documents from the editors who had resigned and failed to provide the necessary work papers or resigned resignation letter. NCLT action. The tribunal directed the editor to deliver audited financials and resignation letter, reminding that RP must comply with the legal duties under the Code and Companies Act. Orchid Sharma, RP versus so and so. Same. In this case also, editor applied. So these 3 jurisprudence is for the RPs to look into. Audit under Regulation 30B. This is a very new provision. This notification has been, issued by second amendment to the, CRP resolution process. Notification number is so and so. 18 December 2023 से ये इफेक्टिव करा गया था. This is a special audit. Purpose of the audit: a member of the committee of COC may propose an audit of the corporate debtor, providing details of objective, scope, estimated cost, time frame, name of the proposed debtor, approval and procedure. Such a proposal shall be considered as per the process under regulation so and so, and the audit shall proceed if approved by the COC. COC means Committee of Creditors. Audit under Section 30B. Who is a qualified auditor? In this case, the audit must be conducted by an insolvency professional possessing the necessary qualification. तो बेसिकली इसके अंदर जो सीएस होते हैं, हेलो, बोरा चला गया भाई ये. तो इसके अंदर बेसिकली इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोफेशनल जो सीए होते हैं उन्हीं को ही जनरली अपॉइंट करा जाता है. Format of the audit report, we have to go with our standard SA 705. The auditor must prepare detailed report of finding, which is then presented before COC, along with comments from the IRP, RP. Cost treatment: all expenses incurred for the audit are to be treated as part of the insolvency resolution process costs. Notes to accounts must be as per ICA guidelines notified under so and so notification. Period of the audit: CRP commencement date to financial year ending. These are the relevant sections: Regulation 513, Regulation 13, IBBS circular number so and so, which need to be looked into. ये माइक चल नहीं रहा, रुक जाता है बीच में. One jurisprudence is there in the case of this particular case of May 14, 2014, 24. It also says what I've written above. Notes account, companies under IBC requires special treatment and special mention of the notes accounts. What those notes accounts are there? Corporate insolvency status disclosure. This is the format I have just shared it with you. कि इस format के अंदर आप इसको नोट बना सकते हैं. You must mention suspension of board of directors, और इस format के अंदर आप notes account के अंदर इसको mention कर सकते हैं. Going concern assumption, this also need to be given there, and this is the format for this going concern assumption. Basis the preparation of record and incompleteness. This you can also mention the notes accounts. Treatment of CIRP cost. Statutory dues and compliances. This you can also mention therein. You should mention what contingent liabilities and claims, if any. Claims which has not been submitted, but yeah, RP fees that these may come in the future. You can mention them as contingent liability. Litigation, legal proceedings, so and so. Valuation, resolution process status. The valuation reports are required to be there, but if COC says that these should not be disclosed in the IM, then this note should not be there as per Regulation 36 KA. In liquidation process, you need to put notes in a different way if you're preparing and selling the company as a going concern. Status of liquidation process, replacement of board and management, nature and basis of financial reporting. These are the formats which you need to look into. Asset realization disclosures, receipts and payment summary, unrealized assets and pending relation, and format I've also shared, with reference to relevant regulation 3741. I'm moving a bit fast because मेरा 6 बजे तक का है तो 5:45 हो गए. तो claims and distribution, unclaimed dividend and distribution proceeds, we can move like this. Statutory filing and all this thing. Notes account during liquidation process from IBC perspective. Pending litigation should be mentioned. Books or account status be mentioned. Additional recommended notes if applicable related to like related party, not related party. Disclosure of methodology. Okay. Related party disclosure, disclosing a methodology used in asset valuation, disclosure of exceptional recoveries or write-off, events occurring after the reporting period. Applicable date, election plan approval date. Yeah. तो लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग में एक आधा मिनट लग रहा है तो आई जस्ट होल्ड ऑन. चलिए, लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. This we have already discussed. We move forward. Yeah. Pending litigation, books of accounts, status, all this thing there. And when we prepare the first balance sheet after IBC, it has a lot of critical the things there, because in the first balance sheet we write off all the loans and everything is there. In that case, it comes out to be नहीं आ रहा. Okay, मैं एक मिनट करता हूँ. हाँ हाँ, एक्सेस दबाना पड़ेगा. आ जाएगा. आ गया आ गया. आ गया. Applicable date, registration plan approval date, share capital. You need to, in IBC, people be surprised to know that whole capital is being written off. Whenever the company's registration plan comes out to be there, whole capital is written off. Whatever fresh capital come out to be there, there's no compliances of any ROC, no compliances of any Ministry of Corporate. On simply on the basis of NCLT order, you can wipe off all the capital and take care of whatever capital new management introduces that you need to look into. As far as listing companies are concerned, their concerns come out to be there, how the minority shareholder should be treated. So this need to be provided in the registration plan if you want NCLT to approve your plan. Reserve and some classes, opening plus balance transfer during the year. It's a balance transfer is a very huge amount. Reason for that is if we look into it, no, what these are non-current liabilities. It virtually, term loan, unsecured loans, etc. Consider haircut. It generally become nil because balance payment is being generally paid to the bankers. Current liabilities. It is consider the haircut. It also becomes nil, but only is that if post CRP something is there, then only those figures come out to be there. Non-current assets, consider haircut, show all adjustment in fixed asset chart. Current assets, consider write-off, generally nil, except post-CRP retained assets. Profit and loss account, income expenses divided into two parts, before and after plan approval. We have below the line, above the line there. Similarly, below the line, you need to prepare all this thing there. Notes account, give disclosure. Audit report, you can give auditor if it's not satisfied with the balance sheet, he can give a disclaimer, emphasis of matter, or maybe qualify his report also. There is a misconception that just to avoid MAT, let the amount be transferred to the reserve directly from the asset side. But what I studied is that India's 109 deals with derecognition of financial liability, so and so. ES 45 also, AS 30 also. It doesn't allow you to transfer there and there. These are the details on the basis of which I'm saying this thing. What are the tax implications? Tax implication in the case of IBC first balance sheet is that Section 28, subsection 4, read with Section 194R. It says, under Section 28, subsection 4, any benefit in the course of business or profession is treated as income from business or profession, and TDS at the rate of so and so should be deducted. Meaning thereby, if any loan creditor enters waiver is a benefit and hence it have to be taxable under Income Tax Act. Overridden earlier, Honorable Supreme Court judgment in the case of Mahindra and Mahindra, which states taxability under this section is applicable only for non-cash transactions. Section 41(1), it basically says that if you have claimed any expense during the past, then it need to be, if it is written off, because in the haircut it is written off, then it need to be, added back in your profit and loss account as income. सेक्शन 56(2)(10) दिस इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल। 115 जेबी जो है मैट, इसके अंदर सिर्फ एक ही कंसेशन दी गई है कि जनरल ब्रॉट फॉरवर्ड लॉसेस और डेप्रिसिएशन व्हिचएवर इज लेस दैट इज अलाउड, बट इन दिस केस समिंग अप ऑफ बोथ इज अलाउड। बट नो 115(b)(a) के अंदर आप रिटर्न फाइल कर दो तो मैट प्रोविजंस आपके ऊपर एप्लीकेबल ही नहीं है। तो दैट इज आल्सो सेक्शन 79(1) की जो कैरी फॉरवर्ड लॉसेस ना अप टू 8 ईयर अनरिजॉल्व्ड डेप्रिसिएशन अवेलेबल फॉर ऑल द ईयर, बट प्रॉब्लम कम्स आउट टू बी देयर कि मेनी अटेम्प्ट्स दे डोंट फाइल ITRs। इन दैट केस you are handicapped. How to mitigate these all things here? Convert non-current liability into non-convertible debentures or non-convertible preference shares or equity and redeem them or extinguish them as part of registration plan. Infuse capital overriding 56 subsection 2 subsection 10 by making it part of the registration plan. Any other matter can also be there. IRP, RP need is duty bound to do all the TDS GST compliances, and only planning aspect can be there that if on his income TDS is deducted, like sale of property, generally it happens. In that case, he can obtain Section 197 certificate from the concerned AO. Now, let me share with you that bank account is being frozen by tax authorities and GST authorities, but the moment IBC process start, they need to defreeze all these accounts. Others also, any statutory authority. What are those? I prepared these case laws which can help you out. That which clearly says that in the case of freezing of account, the moment IBC process starts, the moment Section 14 moratorium starts, you need to defreeze the account. These are the orders in favor of SSC and directions uh, to the what do we call directions to the department. I just move forward. You can take it from me if you require. That jurisprudence is on the very hard side. Similarly, in GST also, specifically with GST also, Honorable Supreme Court has also said that at the start of moratorium under Section 14, you can't continue with the freezing of your account. These are other, so many cases there. This is all from my side. And this is all, these are the all presentation from my side. I have to rush up because I was supposed to conclude by 6, so that is why I concluded up. This is all these are our association. We are taking up some webinars on regular basis, and these are some of the photographs. With this note, thank you very much. If you have any question, anything, please ask me. I'll be willing to answer it there. नहीं नहीं अभी है. मैंने क्वेश्चन आंसर के लिए छोड़ा टाइम. अगर किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है आंसर तो ही कैन आस्क मी. हाँ हाँ हाँ, नहीं मैं सबसे पूछ रहा हूँ. चलिए कोई क्वेश्चन आंसर नहीं है तो थैंक. भाई देखो भाई बात ये है. अब ये कितने सीएस सिर्फ ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं सारे के सारे जो यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं. तो अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपका कुछ नाम हो मार्केट के अंदर, लेट मी क्लोज डाउन इट, देन वी टॉक इनफॉर्मली. Thank you very much, all the people who are live on the YouTube. We have concluded our session. Thanks for joining. Thank you very much. Thanks.